Cases of the Wuhan coronavirus continue to affect
Unang naiulat na may dumaraming kaso ng malapulmunyang
China's military has sent hundreds of medical workers to Wuhan City.
Sa bilis ng pagdami ng mga nahahawa sa novel coronavirus.
Nagpumilit makapasok sa tindahan ng face mask ang daan-daang customer.
Ang hirap kong makahanap ng mas araw na ngayon.
Hello, sir?
I'm sorry, Tracee, but the business will have to close.
Hala, sir, paano na ang trabaho ko?
I'm really sorry. It's out of my hands. Nalulugi na ang business because wala na tayong kinikita. You know naman, wala nang masyadong kumakain dito sa restaurant because of the quarantine.
Ano po gagawin ko?
Balitaan na lang kita if may job opening pa akong alam. I'm so sorry again, Tracee. The only thing I can do is wish you luck.
Cabin crew of Flight 107, please proceed to the conference room immediately.
Friend, may meeting daw lahat ng employees sa meeting room. Tara na!
Tungkol daw saan?
Hindi ko nga alam eh. About yata sa pandemic.
Baka nga.
Good morning. I know this is sudden, but I have to set an urgent meeting today to discuss our change of plans due to the pandemic. As you already know, only limited flights are allowed because of the restrictions that different countries implemented, including our own. Most of them closed their borders from foreigners to avoid the spread of the virus.
But sir, what's gonna happen to us now?
I'm so sorry, but the higher-ups have already decided that the airline will undergo retrenchment, and unfortunately, but many will gonna lose their jobs. It will be last in, first out basis. I'm really sorry.
This can't be!
Fair. Friend, paano na yan? Tayo yung pinakabago dito. Pwede tayo matatanggal.
Hindi ko na din alam. Hindi ko na talaga alam. Excuse me, I'll just make a phone call. Kuya? Kuya, are you crying?
I'm closing my restaurant because of the pandemic. And the worst part is, yung mga employee ko, mawawalan ng trabaho. Hindi ko man gusto pero I can't do anything about it.
I also lost my job, kuya. Buti na lang may savings tayo. Pero yung iba, wala. Walang-wala talaga sila.
Makakabangon tayo. Makakabangon tayong lahat.
Unemployment and underemployment are the Philippines' most evident problems and key indicators of the weaknesses of the economy. Especially during this pandemic, many have lost their jobs. Nearly half of the Philippine workforce, or 27.3 million people, became unemployed amid the coronavirus-related shutdown, whereas there were even more people who became underemployed. It may not be you, but it may be your friends, families, or someone you know. Some may have not lost their jobs, but they've had to make tough decisions of reducing their employees in order to cope up with the net loss of their companies. This is 2020, but it will be better. The upcoming years will be better. We envision that the unemployment rate will go down slowly from 2021 to 2023. Some people may regain their old jobs and some might find new ones. However, the process of recovery will take time. Hence, some people might find alternative and temporary jobs to suffice their needs in the meantime. This is a story of three people who were greatly affected by the pandemic. The chef, Tracee, who lost her job due to the closure of the restaurant she was working for. The restaurant's owner, Lesane, who was forced to close the restaurant as he was left with no choice. And Lesane's sister, the flight attendant, Althea, who got terminated due to the retrenchment of her airline company. Let's witness how their lives unfolded from the year 2020 to 2023.
Kuya, ang tagal ko na naghahanap sa internet. Pero wala akong mahanap. Tapos sinubukan ko naman mag-apply sa iba't ibang trabaho. Wala din kumukuha sa akin. Hindi kasi sapat yung trabaho ko bilang crew sa fast food eh. Kailangan ko pa maganap.
May nakita ako around Manila. There's a job opening there. I think they're looking for a sales lady. You should try it out.
Magkano naman sahod doon, kuya?
Minimum wage lang eh. Is it enough?
Sige, kuya. Kahit malayo sa pangarap ko at mababa yung kita. Kailangan eh. Ikaw ba? Kamusta yung napasukan mong trabaho sa call center?
Okay lang naman. Di man gano'ng kalaki ang income pero titisin ko na lang. Iipunin ko muna para makapag-start up ako ng business ko ulit. Pagkaya na.
Friend, share mo naman yung online shop ko.
Wow! Ano yung mga binibenta mo?
Marami, pili ka lang dyan. May bra, panty, lipstick. Lahat na meron ako.
Wow, Mars! Kakaiba ka talaga. From chef to palengkera. The best ka talaga.
Ako pa ba? Oh, dali na. Bili ka na please. Share mo na rin.
O sige na nga.
We envision that 2021 will be a better year. However, the process of recovery may be slow. Given the grave impacts of the recent pandemic, it will be hard for many to immediately go back to normal. Some are just recovering from the repercussions of the pandemic, while others are still experiencing it. As I have said, those who lost their jobs in the year 2020 are most likely trying to find their way back to their old jobs or trying to find new jobs that may or may not be aligned to their education and the career they wanted, just to suffice their needs. Such jobs are those that are informal, temporary or casual, and low-paid. Thus, there would be fewer unemployed citizens as compared to the year 2020, but more underemployed rather than employed citizens in the year 2021, since people would most likely work for more than one job in order to cope up with the losses.
Ay, kapagod naman maging sales lady sa umaga, tapos fast food ko sa gabi.
Onti na lang, Althea. My restaurant will be back on business na.
Ayoko na, kuya. Gusto ko na ituloy pangarap ko maging flight attendant. Paano kung mag-apply na ulit ako sa mga airlines?
Do it! That's good to hear. Sana maging okay ang year na to for the both of us.
Sana nga.
Hello, Tracee? Do you have a job already?
Trabaho po? Wala pa rin pong regular job pero nagbebenta po ako online as of now.
I'm planning to reopen the restaurant again by next year. By any chance, okay lang ba na I hire you again as my chef?
Talaga po? Magandang balita po yan, sir. Maitanong ko lang po, bakit next year pa po?
I'm still saving money that I need para ma-reopen yung restaurant. But rest assured, I'll hire you again.
Pasensya na po ah. Kailangan ko na rin po kasi ng regular job.
Alright. That sounds great. Keep in touch, okay? I'll see you soon.
For the year 2022, we envision that this year will be full of opportunities, we are expecting that people are going to make a big step in recovering from the devastating effects of the global recession brought by the pandemic. Those who lost their businesses during 2020 are now aiming to revive and operate their businesses again. Consequently, some who lost their jobs and temporarily ventured to other careers during the previous years are now trying to go back to their old and expertised jobs. This prediction presents the idea that by the year 2022, the economy of the Philippines will most likely run at its normal rate. Hence, the employment rate of the country may improve by a ton, given that by this time, the pandemic would have already ended for more than a year.
Flight attendants, prepare for landing please. Cabin crew, please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, we have just landed at Ninoy Aquino International Airport. Skylight Air welcomes you to Manila. On behalf of your flight deck crew, headed by Captain Nucum, together with First Officer Quindoza, and the rest of the team, we thank you for choosing Skylight Air, leaving the sky on for you. Kalalapag lamang po natin sa paliparang pandaigdig ng Ninoy Aquino. Maligayang pagdating sa Maynila. Sa ngalan po ng bumubuo ng lipad na ito na pinangungunahan ni Kapitan Nucum, sa tulong ni Unang Opisyal Quindoza at ang mga lingkod niyong cabin crew, kami po ay nagpapasalamat sa patuloy na pagtangkilik at pagsakay sa Skylight Air. Maligayang pagdating! Kuya, I'm so sorry I'm late. My flight got delayed eh.
It's okay. You like the place?
Yeah, it really looks great. I'm so proud of you, Kuya.
Thank you, Althea. Dumiretso ka talaga dito galing work, ha? Anyways, let me introduce to you our executive chef, Tracee.
The executive chef of Mr. Reyes restaurant.
Finally! My pleasure. The food is really great. I'm really happy for the reopening of the restaurant. And of course, for you and my Kuya.
If it wasn't for Mr. Reyes, I wouldn't be here. We all started from the bottom and now we're here.
Without a doubt, this pandemic has affected millions of people in many ways. In this year, we are expecting that the majority of the individuals who were affected by the pandemic in 2020 will be back on their feet. The society will not revert back to its old normal, but instead emerge into a new and improved society since people learn valuable life lessons from their past experiences in the years 2020 to 2022. After the complex challenges and impediments that came their way, they would now be able to apply these lessons that they acquired towards building a better economy that is prepared for any sudden recessions, depressions, and reclinations. For instance, business entities as well as the government agencies will now produce more effective continuity plans that can thrive in whatever setbacks. To sum it all up, we predict that 2021 will be a year of gradual recovery, wherein people are in the act of finding different ways in order to earn sufficient income to survive post-pandemic, whereas in the year 2022, there will be a massive improvement in the overall state of the employment rate, but it cannot be guaranteed that the recovery will be fully done yet. Lastly, we predict 2023 to be the best year yet, since by this time, the majority of the businesses, if not all, will begin to fully operate again and will be able to gain back the income that they have lost due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We assume that by the year 2023, the economy will be able to fully recover from the recession brought by the COVID-19 pandemic since the cyclical unemployment will be completely gone, hence there would now be a full employment output.
Breathe in, 숨을 내쉬고